The Rum Factory opens studios on the 17th of August, and we're all really looking forward to it. The reason it's important is for many artists, especially early career-wise, they're not all showing in galleries, and they haven't got that sort of profile. So it's a really great opportunity for them to feel what it's like to have people come in and look at their work and ask questions, but also to be seen, sort of like professionally in the art world. Bow Arts has been growing quite a lot in the last few years, and we now have nearly 20 sites across London, about 24, 25 buildings we're managing, and I think we've got close on 1,000 artists that we're supporting, either through a very affordable workspace or live-work accommodation. It's now just about the largest artist studio provider in the country, in England, but we do much, much more than that. We were actually founded as a charity, but also East London's first social enterprise model. And what that means is we actually work with and for artists to integrate them into our local communities through our work with schools, through our work with local residents and other organisations. It's about artists being visible. Yeah, being visible in their local communities, being able to afford to live and survive and pursue their creative sort of dreams. Well, the Rum Factory Studios is a meanwhile base. It will eventually become something else. Our job at the moment is to create an affordable, vibrant space. It supports artists at the early stages of their career. And they're hard years for a lot of artists. They don't earn a lot of money. And we're now trying to buy our buildings so that we have a permanent, affordable space for artists in East London forever.
So this used to be one of the world's largest docks, very close to the Thames, and the boats would literally dock up next to the warehouse we're in. And this warehouse would store high-value goods such as wine and rum and spices. St George acquired it probably about 15 years ago now. And now we're converting it into a new community. St George are one of the largest residential-led developers in the UK, and we specialise in London-based urban regeneration. So we tend to acquire sites that are challenging or involve a lot of upfront investment and transform them into brand new neighbourhoods. So we've got properties that are affordable rent, social rent, affordable purchase, so they're a discounted market. So you've got like a really nice mixed community here now. Bow Arts are definitely one of our favourite kind of community partners or charities. What they're doing is helping local people access affordable space on their doorstep, but in turn have a really good outreach programme. So they work with local schools, run community programmes. So what they're helping to do, or actually I'd say instrumental, is bringing this space to life.
There was a long time when I didn't have a studio because it was just too expensive, and because I was doing animation work, I kind of thought it wasn't really viable. But you know, as my practice developed more into sort of making things by hand and using a multiplane and stuff, it became really obvious that I needed that kind of workspace. So that's been really, really important. You just need a space where you kind of need to let things ferment for a little bit until they really get going. One of those things that's really important in your practice, to have something that kind of keeps you making work, and that space that's just for that. And the other thing about this particular building is that there's a project space, so I've been facilitating a crit and using the space there, which is just wonderful. It's really nice, you know, it's one of those things that's really easy to lose once you leave formal education. So like just having a space where you wander around and you meet people and you see you just see the breadth of different work. It's quite exciting, and you know, people are nice and kind of open to chat and things, so it's been really good.
I'm a mum, I am an artist. This is something that I've just started. It starts there and then it kind of grows a little bit. I'm exploring same themes, but in different scales, in different shades, in different shapes. It's all about kind of just, I think, pushing it a little bit more to see what else it can yield. What coming here has done is kind of opened up a whole world of a community. It's entirely changed my practice. You've got a gallery, daily gallery. I come in and there's a gallery and there's somebody working, and there's something quite inspirational about that. I'm more curious. I want to try this and feel that. And I think without it, I would still be quite small. The ideas would be the same, but quite small and contained. It's a gift and a bit of a blessing. I keep kind of pinching and going, is it real?
I normally don't take too much inspiration from the arts. It's more like from other disciplines. I quite love natural sciences, physics, or like philosophy. I normally do a lot of research, like heavy research for like, I don't know, maybe sometimes even months. And then after that, I just like sort of forget about everything that I learned, but I keep it in sort of in the background, a bit like unconsciously. And that really helps me to like experiment, try different materials, and then from there I can build like work that is bounded in conceptual research, but also it's like a bit free. Being an artist is really hard, obviously. There's a lot of economic restraints. I think it's really an incredible opportunity because it allows me to spend more of that money that I would spend just for a space in, you know, buying materials. It's a really like nurturing experience because you encounter people that you would never meet before if it was not for a space like this. I really appreciate like just sometimes walking around and like, you know, learning from what others are doing. I think that is really having a positive impact in my practice because it's like it allows me to not only connect to people but also like to understand other creative processes.
I first did photography, then media studies, and then theatre design. So my projects incorporate all of those elements. I've been working on social engagement projects, social justice projects, looking for more and more interaction with the audience all the time. My projects develop from interviewing people, their answers, their feelings, what they express. I have two major projects which are totally different. One is called Self by Choice, which looks at the neuroscience of body image and how can that affect our sense of self-worth and identity. And the other project, it's called Lost, and it's on adoption irregularities and baby trafficking worldwide. We're in conversations already to have like an international exhibition about it. It's a very big project, and at the moment I'm working on the US cases and see where I get with it. I love having this space because a lot of this was at home before and it was a bit of a mess, and it's just coming here and all you do is just work. So I'm really, really grateful to be here. It's a really nice community. We're all on a WhatsApp group and we all kind of help each other, and it's nice to see what other people are doing as well.
I love the river, so I take a lot of walks, so that kind of feeds my kind of observational work as much as anything else. So I really like the area because it's very rich and really rich history as well. The work, I suppose, is revealing its kind of its making, I think, because you can see the way that the build-up of the paint kind of happens according to the kind of different spaces of the painting. I'm less interested in the narrative of the work. I'm more interested in the kind of the physicality of the work. So yeah, so I'm kind of interested in this idea of the process of painting and the making of paintings. I found that when I had a studio here, I could experiment a lot more, and I could get a lot more physical actually with the work. I'm a painter, but what happened was that I started to kind of work with sculpture, and I started to work with installation type works. So it allowed me to basically expand the practice and just basically play and try things out. It is nice because I feel like I'm not working on my own. I think that's the advantage. So it's quite nice being amongst other artists.
I'm a quite happy and sunny person. Coming from Malaysia, you see, we love a lot of colors, you see. So I try to incorporate, you know, color into my painting. And I try to, mix my culture as well, some Chinese culture, as well as a Western one. I try to create something different. Inspiration is one of the challenges I find, I'm facing almost every day. Whatever you think of it, it's done before. I travel quite a bit to travel and looking through, exhibitions to find my inspiration. I usually do some sketches, but sometimes that don't always work. But I do a sketch, if I like it, then I put it on the canvas and paint it. But then, I'll, after probably the first draft, and I look back and say, oh, whether it worked or not. If not, I'll start over again. You see, sometimes the painting could take months because I'm not satisfied with it done. So I just do over and over again until I'm satisfied. I think I'm very grateful that I was able to provide us an affordable studio. I find that bouncing ideas, among the art community is very useful. So it's just some encouragement as well. I think, yeah, that's very important to interaction with other artists.